Florida State football fans got massive news today as the best player on the team announced that he'd be coming back for one more season. We'll explain what FSU's ceiling is with this news and why it's so big next. Hey guys, thank you so much for coming to the channel. Thanks for watching this video. Do me a favor, after you like and subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling today after the big news that we're going to discuss. The Seminoles got a huge piece, and maybe scratch that, the biggest piece possible back for their 2023 campaign as quarterback Jordan Travis announced that he would return for one final season in Tallahassee. The Seminoles signal caller had a career year, and fans can likely expect that to get better next season as most of FSU's offense returns. Before we jump into this, I do want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Gramco. They are a leader when it comes to Delta 8 products. And if you use code TJ25 at thegramco.com right now, they'll take 25% off of your order. Again, that's TJ25 at thegramco.com. Go grab those blue raspberry gummies. They're absolutely elite. Through the regular season, Jordan Travis had 2,796 passing yards, 22 passing touchdowns, and only threw for 4 interceptions. He accounted for 7 more rushing touchdowns, and he scrambled for 367 yards as well. Most importantly, he started every single game for the Noles. As someone whose health and availability was questioned to start the season, the fact that number 13 laced him up every single Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night was huge for the Seminoles. As a QB goes, so goes his team. And the confidence that Mike Norvell's squad had seeing their leader out there for nearly every snap cannot be understated. How did Jordan Travis grade out this season when you look at advanced analytics? Pro Football Focus gave him an overall grade of 91.2. That was third among all Power 5 quarterbacks. Not third in the ACC, not third in the Southeast, third against all Power 5 QBs. They gave him an 88.6 passing grade. That was good for 4th in the nation. And they ranked him 7th in big-time throws with 22 of those things. His 91.2 overall grade for the season is the best of any FSU offensive player since, you guessed it, Jameis Winston in 2013. What about taking care of the ball? According, once again, to Pro Football Focus, Jordan Travis had the second fewest turnover-worthy plays in the ACC, with only 7 this season. Jordan had the 6th best QBR in the country. QBR factors in all play types when rating a quarterback and adjust it based on the strength of the opposing defense that a QB may face. David Hale of ESPN pointed out that Jordan Travis was the 4th QB in FSU history to have 3,000 total yards and 30 touchdowns in a season. The other 3 to do that all had last names that started with W, and they all won Heismans for the Seminoles. Florida State's offense was truly special this year. FEI, which is an opponent-adjusted efficiency rating, said that FSU had the 10th best offense in the country. ESPN's metric, which is FPI, it measures the same thing, also had the Noles at number 10. As far as total offense goes, FSU ranked number 14 in the country in yards per game, and they were 18th in the country in points per game. The rushing attack was very good, but make no mistake, this was a Jordan Travis-led offense. Mike Norvell did a phenomenal job making teams respect both Jordan's legs and his arms, both of which were pretty elite this season. What's all this mean for next year? Well, looking way ahead to 2023, I believe it means 3 things. Number 1, Florida State's going to compete for an ACC championship next season. With the new pod structure that the ACC is going to put into place starting in the 2023 year, there's not going to be any more of this weak coastal champion getting a free pass into Charlotte. The Noles, on paper, have a fairly favorable conference schedule, and they should win a lot of games. If number 1 happens, number 2 is going to happen. And that's that Florida State's going to be in the playoff discussion next year at some point. The Noles are going to start the season in the top 15, maybe even in that top 10 range. And they're going to have a matchup with another top 10-ish team in LSU in Orlando to start the season. If they beat LSU in that game, they will absolutely be talked about as a potential playoff team when the college football playoff rankings come out mid-season, especially if they're in the hunt for the ACC at that point. And number 3, If those first two happen, this one definitely happens. Jordan's going to get serious Heisman consideration next year. He'll have odds at the beginning of the year, no doubt. He'll finish in the top 10 of the final voting. And with a special season, he'll be in New York City for the ceremony in December. In all reality, he should probably finish in the top 10 this year, but FSU's starting spot and them not entering the rankings until about midway through the year probably hinders that a little bit. But it won't next season. They'll start out highly ranked, and his name will be in the mix from day one. Outside of stats and what it does for the team, Jordan's effort, tenacity, and gamer mentality is one of the best in the country. Jordan Travis has always been a guy that would put his body on the line and do whatever was needed for his team. He's always had fantastic athleticism. But in mixing in his throwing ability, he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the country for any defense to have to go up against. Florida State is 17-16 since Mike Norvell got to Tallahassee. Jordan Travis has started 16 of those 17 wins, and he led a 2-touchdown comeback in that 17th win. His record as a starter is 16-9, and that's only going to get better next year. Jordan Travis coming back is an absolutely huge boost for the Noles. It makes them a contender not only in the conference, but in the country. 2023 could be a spectacular year for the Seminoles, and we're excited to see what JT does back at the helm leading this Mike Norvell offense. It honestly means a ton for recruiting as well. Florida State needs to string together back-to-back good seasons to have a strong finish with the 2024 class. With Jordan Travis back, this should be a reality as the Noles will win a good number of games next year. Could the same be said with the transfer quarterback or Tate or AJ leading the team? Possibly. But with JT back there, it's almost nearly a reality. Florida State currently has a top 5 2024 class. With the way they finished this year and the way they could go off next year, that recruiting class could be truly special. Let me know your thoughts below. Tell me what you're thinking about Jordan Travis coming back to Tallahassee for one final run at it. Can the Noles compete for it all? Can they win the ACC for the first time since 2014? Let me know your thoughts below and how excited you are for FSU to get Jordan Travis back. Make sure you're liked and subscribed. Let's chat down below, and we'll talk to you guys again soon. Go Noles.